Vice President of ISKCON Dwarka. As many of you must be knowing it already, he did his BTech in Computer Science from Delhi University. He is associated with ISKCON from past 22 years now. He is a co-faculty at IIM Ahmedabad for teaching principles, ethics, and morality and leadership. He's a director at ISKCON Youth Forum, Dwarka, for the uplifting character amongst youth. He delivers weekly sessions at various colleges that I'm really very sure you all must have heard. And he also preaches his very enlivening discourses on YouTube videos, which we all are familiar with. And Amogha Lila Prabhu, once again, welcome. And everyone in this room and even on Zoom, they are a huge fan of you. So,
my God.
Okay, over to you.
So shall we sing some bhajan and then we start? Is that okay?
Sure, sure.
Okay. So maybe on your screen you can open, or maybe I can share my screen. What would you prefer?
I think it would be best for you to open your screen.
Okay.
Share your screen, I mean.
So where is the song? What is that? There we go. So here's the song, Tumi Sarveshwareshwara, Brajendra Kumar. So first I'll read the translation, so that when we sing it more meaningfully, because the song is in Bengali. Okay. O youthful son of King of Raja, you are the Lord of all lords. According to your will, creation and destruction take place in the universe. According to your will, Lord Brahma creates. According to your will, Lord Vishnu maintains. According to your will, Lord Shiva destroys. And according to your will, Maya constructs the prison house of this world. According to your will, the living beings take birth and die. According to your will they meet with prosperity and ruin, happiness and sorrow. The tiny soul bound up by Maya vainly struggles in the fetters of worldly desires. Without your sanction, he is unable to do anything. You are my only protector and maintainer. Except for your lotus feet, there is no other hope for me. No longer confident of my own strength and endeavor, I have become solely dependent on your will. Bhakti Vinod is most poor, and his pride has been leveled. Now, in accordance with your will, he lives and dies. Okay, so I'll sing. All right. So those who want to follow quietly, they can do that. Because of there is a time lag, so that's why we can't do this. I sing and then you sing. So I'm just singing, and you can also whisper along with me. All right. Tumi Sarveshwareshwara Brajendra Kumara तुम्हारा इच्छाए विश्वे सृजन संहारा तव इच्छा मतो ब्रह्मा कोरे न सृजाना तव इच्छा मत विष्णु कोरे न पालाना तव इच्छा मते शिवा कोरे न संहारा तव इच्छा मते माया सृजे कारागारा तव इच्छा मते जीवेर जन्म मराना समृद्धि निपाते दुखा सुख संघटाना मिचे माया बद्ध जीवा आशा पाशे फिरे तव इच्छा बिना किछु करिते न पारे तुमी तो राखाक आरा पालक अमारा तुम्हार चरण बिना आशा नहीं आरा निज बल चेष्टा प्रति भरस छाड़िया তোমার ইচ্ছায় আছি নির্ভর করিয়া, ভকতি বিনোদতি দীনা কিঞ্চনা। তোমার ইচ্ছায় তারা জীবন মরনা। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। জয় প্রভুপদা 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 শ্রীল প্রভুপদা, জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ, জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ, জয় জয় গুরুদেব জয় জয় গুরুদেব। হরে কৃষ্ণ। ওম নমো ভগবতে বাসুদেবায়, ওম নমো ভগবতে বাসুদেবায়, ওম নমো ভগবতে বাসুদেবায়। Hare Krishna. So, since we are generally discussing about from Srimad Bhagavatam, so hearing Srimad Bhagavatam in itself brings a lot of auspiciousness in the life of a devotee. In fact, Srimad Bhagavatam glorifies itself, that the one who gets to hear even a single verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is very fortunate. And the one who hears to hear, when who is so fortunate to hear Srimad Bhagavatam a couple of times is even more fortunate. And the one who regularly hears Srimad Bhagavatam is certainly most fortunate. So that phase, Srimad Bhagavatam is our hope. Krishna has come in the form of Granthavatar, Srimad Bhagavatam. So I'm taking one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Canto 1, Chapter 2, verse number 17, which is a very famous verse. Srila Prabhupada has quoted this verse and has lectured on this verse quite often. And it plays very vital role in the life of each and every devotee. So this verse is like this. शृणोतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन, हृदयन्त्यस्थो भद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सतां। शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन, हृदयन्तः स्वभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सतां। शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन, हृदयन्तः स्वभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सताम्. So word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So word meaning is like this. Shravanatam, those who have developed the urge to hear the message of Swakatha, his own words. Krishna, the personality of Godhead. Punya, virtues. Shravana, hearing. Kirtanaha, chanting. Hridayantastha, within one's heart. He certainly, abhadrani, desire to enjoy matter. Vidunoti, cleanses. Suhrit, benefactor. Satam, of the truthful. Translation. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of a devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Okay, now comes the purport. Messages of the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna are non-different from him. Whenever, therefore, offenseless hearing and glorification of God are undertaken, it is to be understood that Lord Krishna is present there in the form of transcendental sound, which is as powerful as Lord personally. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Shiksha Ashtakam declares clearly that the holy name of the Lord has all potencies of the Lord, and that he has endowed his innumerable names with same potency. There is no rigid fixture of time, and anyone can chant the holy name with attention and reverence at his convenience. The Lord is so kind to us that he can be present before us personally in the form of transcendental sound. But unfortunately, we have no taste for hearing and glorifying the Lord's name and activities. We have already discussed developing the taste of hearing and chanting the holy sound. It is done through the medium of service to the pure devotee of the Lord. The Lord is reciprocally respondent to his devotees. When he sees that a devotee is completely sincere in getting admittance to the transcendental service of the Lord and has thus become eager to hear about him, the Lord acts from within the devotee in such a way that devotee may easily go back to God, go back to him. The Lord is more anxious to take us back into his kingdom than we can desire. Most of us do not desire at all to go back to Godhead. Only a very few men want to go back to Godhead. But anyone who desires to go back to Godhead, Sri Krishna helps in all respects. So one cannot enter into the kingdom of God unless one is perfectly cleared of all sins. The material sins are products of our desires to lord it over the material nature. It is very difficult to get rid of such desires. Women, or say for women, men, and wealth are very difficult problems for the devotee making progress on the path back to Godhead. Many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when one is held by the Lord himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. To become restless in the contact of women, of a woman, men, and wealth is not an astonishment, because every living being is associated with such things from remote time, practically immemorial, and it takes time to recover from this foreign nature. But if one is engaged in hearing the glories of the Lord, gradually he realizes his real position. By the grace of God, such a devotee gets sufficient strength to defend himself from the state of disturbance, and gradually all the disturbing elements are eliminated from his mind. Wow. So we'll just read the translation once again. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma super soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of all truthful devotee. Benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So very important verse. In fact, to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, read Srimad Bhagavatam, and actually get success in our spiritual activities, all the activities, which begins actually by properly hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada used to say that Hari Katha is Srimati Radharani. Just like Harinam and Krishna, Krishna's name and and Krishna himself are non-different. Similarly, Krishna Katha and Srimati Radhika They are non-different. Just like without mercy of Srimati Radhika, we cannot get Krishna. Similarly, without Hari Katha, we cannot get Krishna Nam. That means somebody is doing Kirtan, somebody is chanting Japa, but is skipping classes. Think that, oh, these are same classes, that, okay, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, you're not the body, your soul, there is lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, chant Hare Krishna, go back to Godhead. We know that. We know that. And this way, the person becomes very ritualistic in one's attitude towards hearing about Krishna. As soon as somebody hears Prahlad, Prahlad, that same boy, he had father, Hiranyakashipu, father was a demon, and then Lord Nrsimhadev came, and then operation successful, patient died. Okay, yeah, we know that. Okay, Dhruv, yeah, that young boy, okay, discarded by mom, went to the jungle, met with an Muni, did austerity, 6 months, God, and all that. He had face-to-face darshan of Krishna. Yeah, we know that. Okay, Govardhan, yeah, Govardhan, yeah, we know that. Krishna, 7 days, 7 eye, pinky finger, left hand, and he lifted Govardhan. Yeah, I know that. In this way, I know that. Well, so that is not good. In material life, if somebody is thirsty, one dies. In spiritual life, the one who's thirsty, he lives. So in case we are not thirsty about Hari Katha, we will not survive, because complacency kills the very spirit of devotion. So that's why the one who has developed the urge to hear about Krishna, why is this not coming? Like there was one devotee, he wrote one letter to his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, that Gurudev, you mentioned that we should have desire for serving Krishna, to hear about Krishna, but I don't have such desire. What should I do? So then Srila Bhakti Maharaj, he said, okay, in case you don't have taste for Hari Katha, Hari Nam, then you should cry that you should have taste for chanting and hearing. In case you cannot cry, because somebody can say, well, you are saying cry, but it's a desert. I don't feel like crying. This is desert. Yeah. If somebody hurts my ego, then I can cry. But for Hari Katha, I cry never. So then Bhaktivan says, in case you cannot cry, then you should cry that you are not able to cry. In case you can't even do that, then you should cry that you are not able to cry, that you are not able to cry. In case you can't even do that, then you should cry that you are not able to cry, that you are not able to cry, that you are not able to cry. And in case you are not even able to do that, then you must cry that you are not able to cry, that you are not able to cry, that you are not able to cry, that you are not able to cry. But you must cry. And one day we will actually cry. Yes. Crying for Krishna, that's the goal of life. People are crying in this world, they come to Krishna consciousness, okay, here we will not cry. No. The goal of bhakti, that one day, out of love, feeling of separation from Harinam and Harikatha, from Vaishnavas, from Krishna, we should cry. He Radhe Vraj Devike Chalalite, He Nand Suno Kutaha, where are you? That crying is the goal of life. That's why Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj, when he opened Krishna Balaram temple in Bhubaneswar, he said, I have opened a crying school. Here we all will learn to cry for Krishna. Yes. So having that urge, that's very important. Having that thirst, that's very important. So that's why, and then Srila Prabhupada said, but somebody is not having that taste. So what one should do? One should serve a devotee. When we serve a devotee, that service to devotee leads to taste in Harikatha. Because in case I don't have taste for book Bhagavad, I should serve person Bhagavad. When I serve person Bhagavad, that gives me taste for book Bhagavad. Otherwise, there is no taste. I know many devotees are having Srimad Bhagavatam on their shelves since 1947 and it is still lying there. Even the lamination is not even removed up until now. Many years have passed. Maybe first or second cantos, but third canto, fourth canto, till 12th canto, they are waiting. One day, someday, this soul will open this cover around us. One day, someday. But these hands They are not able to reach Srimad Bhagavatam, although it is lying in the shelf. But somehow these hands, physical nearness, maybe 1 meter, 1 foot, less than 1 foot. But still there is so much of gap. So much of gap. My finger can reach WhatsApp messages. My finger can reach YouTube shorts. My finger can reach Instagram reels. But alas, so unfortunate that these hands never reach Srimad Bhagavatam. Although it is lying next to me. Still. Wow. Logically, we should be able to touch. But we are not able to. Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't even demand charging. Phone demands charging. But we charge it and remain attached to it. Wow. What a misfortune indeed. But there are so many great stories where people have immense urge for hearing. Like Rukmani got attracted to Krishna, although she is eternal consort of Krishna. But here in the manifest Leela, she is always listening about Krishna and she's overhearing. Overhearing. When King Bhishmak, when he would invite Narad Muni to his kingdom, and then Narad Muni is narrating the glories of Krishna, at that time Rukmani overhears about Krishna. And when we do some overhearing, we more intently hear. In case there is formal hearing happening, then one may not hear so attentively. One may be attentive. So King Bhishmak was attentively listening, but hundreds of times more than him, with more absorption, was listening Rukmani. And this way she would give oral reception. And Narad Muni knew that. He knew that. And that's why there were blessings also from Narad Muni. Because in case the listeners are listening with deep intent, sincere intent, so speaker also speaks even more vividly, plus with more blessings. In case the listeners are very dull or they are distracted, so then speaker also says maybe they are not ready to absorb it. Okay, let me speak in a very generic way and then finish off the class. That's it. But then when the listeners are actively listening, so speakers give even more. So that's so Rukmani Maya, she received so many blessings even for Narad Muni also, because Narad Muni would know that Rukmani is overhearing. So King Bhishmak is listening, but she is overhearing with deeper absorption. And that's why she had such immense attraction for Krishna that she wrote love letter to Krishna. And that love letter is such an amazing love letter which comes in 10th canto, that there are discourses given on that love letter. Sadhus, brahmacharis and sannyasis, they give discourses on that love letter. What a love letter written by Rukmani. Those verses are amazing. They have everything. They have expression of love for Krishna. They also contain plan how to kidnap. Which girl would give a plan to the kidnapper? Here is a plan to kidnap me. I'll go to Durga's temple. There you can kidnap me. Oh, these wolves, Shishupal and Sita, they don't deserve me. I only belong to you and only you. If not you, then no one else. I'll not survive. I can't just continue my life anymore without you. Complete surrender, immense love, deep love, planning, everything is there in those verses. Wow. But how this thing happened? By listening. Yes, listening. So even this, so these messages are so amazing that even we repeatedly hear them, yet they are very nourishing. Like every year during Kartik, we hear Damodar Lila. We know that, okay, what Damodar Lila is, that 2-finger short story. But still, every year when somebody is describing Damodar Lila, we all listen to that. Yeah, nice. Wonderful pastime. Indeed. So that's why, so we should listen it again and again. One very beautiful example comes of Mother Parvati. There was one great Vaishnava in South India. His name was Pundanam. And Pundanam used to recite Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto's version, which is known as Narayaniyam. And he reached the 60th chapter, where Krishna is teasing Rukmani. So, and that chapter is really awesome. Basically, in that chapter, Krishna is saying, Rukmani, you got married to me. It was a mistaken idea. Because I'm just a cowherd boy. It is not known whether I'm a Brahmana, whether I'm a Kshatriya, I'm a Vaishya. It's not known. So that's why, and you just see my devotees, they all are beggars actually. You see devotees of Lord Shiva, rich people actually. But my devotees are beggars, all of them are beggars. So I'm such an indifferent person. So that's why, why you got married to me? Still, it is not late. You can get married to Shishupal and all these great heroes, the Jarasandh. Krishna is already having his children. It is not that he is newly married. So then Rukmani ji faints. And then Krishna, she wakes her up. She said, no, 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 Rukmani, I was just joking. Joking. And then Rukmani comes back to consciousness, and then she uses all of those words in glorification of Krishna. That you say that you are coward, that you are just a cowherd boy, and you are coward, that you are residing in that island, and these are the kings. I should marry. I'm a queen, so I should marry the kings. But actually, these are not the kings. The real kings of this world are three modes of material nature, and you are the king of these kings. So you are the real king. In this way, she glorifies whatever Krishna is saying about him. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. Same verses in a different way. Oh, actually, you are that, you are that, you are that. So very sweet. That's 60th chapter. I'll not get into the detail of that, but that's a flavor of the chapter. But Pundanam would recite that so nice, and Parvati would listen it. So at the end of the 60th chapter, so Pundanam took the bookmark and placed it at the end of 60th chapter. That tomorrow I will start 61st chapter. Nice. So, but Pundanam came back next day, so to recite 61st chapter. But he saw the bookmark was there on 60th chapter. Hey, how come? I placed the bookmark at the end of 60th chapter. How come the bookmark is there in the beginning of the 60th chapter? Anyways, since the bookmark is here, so let me recite it again. So he recited the 60th chapter of the 10th canto again and placed the bookmark at the end of the 60th chapter. He was thinking that how come that who places this bookmark in the beginning of 60th chapter? So he left, but then he also came back. And from the keyhole of the temple's door, he saw that Parvati was there, Shivji is there. And Mother Parvati opened Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, Narayaniam version. And she is taking the bookmark from the end of the 60th chapter and placing it in the beginning of the 60th chapter. So then Shivji says, Parvati, why are you doing this? Pundanam has already recited 2 times this 60th chapter. So let him proceed further to 61st chapter. She said, no, actually Pundanam recites this chapter so beautifully that I want to listen this again and again and again. So Shivji said, okay, darling, I will recite it for you. Just to please you, just to make you happy, I will recite it for you. Allow Pundanam to go ahead. And she said, well, my dear husband, please don't mind. But the way Pundanam recites it, even you cannot recite it. So that's why, please. So then she placed the bookmark in the front of the 60th chapter. And then she closed Narayaniyam, Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto version. So when Pundanam saw that, Pundanam was really touched that how much taste is there for Harikatha in Mother Parvati, that she wants to listen same chapter again and again and again and again. And that's why Pundanam also did not, he would not go to further chapters because till the time Mother Parvati doesn't leave it, I will not go ahead. So he would place the bookmark at the end of 60th chapter. Mother Parvati every day would place it before the 60th chapter. And he would recite every day that 60th chapter till the time Mother Parvati was completely satisfied. And then he proceeded further. But that's the taste of Harikatha which is there in Mother Parvati. Yes. And it is mentioned here that all the contaminations of the heart, they go away. By hearing Harikatha, all the contaminations, they go away, and attraction towards Krishna is well established in the heart. And that's the nature of Harikatha, actually. Like Jiva Goswami very beautifully recites one story of a fruit seller in Vrindavan. Basically, she was from Mathura. And she used to carry fruits in her bucket, and then in that basket, fresh fruits. And she would say, okay, pineapple, apple, fresh pineapples, fresh apples, fresh chicus, fresh papayas, fresh guavas, fresh grapes. Everyone, please take. Anyone who like to take, please. Fresh apples, fresh pineapples. So she would sell these fruits. So as she entered Mathura, so one devotee said, hey, you said you have got fresh apples, fresh pineapples, fresh guava, fresh papaya. Have you given these fruits to Krishna? She said, Krishna? Who is Krishna? And that particular Brajvasi would recite the glories of Krishna. Krishna is very beautiful, charming boy. He's very effulgent. He's very illustrious. He's super sweet. He's very reciprocative. He has got curly locks of hair on his head, very silky hair. His eyes, oh, so beautiful. They're lotus eyes. Even lotus would feel shy in front of those eyes. Very restless eyes. but very beautiful eyes. And he has got very nicely shaped nose, bimbo fruit, red color lips, nice cheeks. Mother Yashoda makes nice decorations on his cheeks. And he's very naughty. And in this way, they would glorify Krishna, Krishna's sweetness, Krishna's reciprocations, Krishna's form, Krishna's name, Krishna's exchanges. But and then she would then move ahead. Okay, please take fresh apples, fresh pineapples, fresh papaya, fresh guava. And then another Brajvasi would say, hey, you got fresh apples, fresh pineapples, fresh papaya, fresh guava. But have you given your fruits to Krishna? She would say, but who is this Krishna? Everyone is talking about this Krishna. Who is this Krishna? And that particular devotee, that Brajavasi, that devotee of Krishna, would recite, oh, you don't know about Krishna? So now listen about Krishna. And that devotee would glorify Krishna. And this way she kept moving. And as she was hearing about Krishna again and again, every time she would hear about Krishna, her attraction to Krishna would become manifold. And even more and more and more, that at the end that she became so desperate to meet Krishna that she was not saying fresh apple, fresh pineapples, fresh papaya, fresh guava. She was saying, okay, fresh Krishna, fresh Govinda, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Lelo Madhav Lelo, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. Somebody said, hey, excuse me, what are you selling? She said, I'm selling fruits. I'm selling apples, pineapples, papaya, guava. Yes, so you should say that I am selling fresh apples and fresh pineapples and pineapple and guava. Why are you saying Govinda Lelo, Madhav Lelo? What are you saying? Damodar Lelo, what are you saying? Take Damodar, take Govinda, take Madhav. What are you saying? Are you in your senses? She said, no. I was taking that. I was requesting people to take fruits. I said, so then you should mention fruits. What are you saying? I said, really? Did I say that? Please take Krishna, please take Madhav, please take Damodar. Yeah. No. Again, she would say, please take apples, pineapples, papaya, guava, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Lelo, Madhav Lelo, Damodar Lelo. She actually became mad by hearing about Krishna so much. She was naturally just taking Krishna's name again and again and again. And she became so desperate to see Krishna that anybody she would ask, where is Krishna's house? I want to give all of my this basket fruits to Krishna. Where is Krishna's house? They would say, yeah, it's nearby. It's nearby. Nearby. Yeah, it's nearby. Nearby. And she would keep on moving. And she completed all 84 course. She said, where is Krishna's home? And then she actually sat in desperation. That, oh, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, oh Krishna, I am so unfortunate. I want to meet you. But you are not coming. Where are you? I want to see you face to face, Krishna. And she started weeping. She started weeping. And then in front of her eyes came very sweet boy crawling and then walking in a very childish, sweet way. And as this fruit seller, she saw Krishna. Immediately she could feel that this child is so charming that all of her thirst, all of her desperation and restlessness immediately was settled as she saw Krishna. She said, are you Krishna? Krishna, yes, I am Krishna. Oh, my child, lovely boy, I've been searching for you. So I have traveled all 84 courses just to reach to you. Oh, Krishna. And then as she saw Krishna, she had motherly love in her heart. She said, oh, you lovely child, can you please call me Ma? Can you call me Mom? He said, no, I can't do that. If Mother Yashoda will come to know that I'm calling anybody as mom, she will become angry. I can't do that. And then she said, I beg you, Krishna, please, only once can you say, call me mom? Can you call me Mataji? Can you call me Ma? Only once? And then Krishna looked behind. Mother Yashoda is not there. And then he said, Ma? Oh, that gave such a joy to this fruit seller that he called me Ma. Oh. He said, okay, can I request you one more thing? Can you sit once in my lap? Only once. She said, no, I can't do that. I only sit in the lap of Mother Yashoda. She'll become very angry if I sit on anybody's lap. She said, only once, Krishna. I become really desperate for you, Krishna. I've been weeping and crying your holy names, oh Krishna. Just sit once in my lap, only once. Krishna saw that, okay, Mother Yashoda is not there. And then he sat on her lap. And she gave one warm, loving hug to Krishna. Oh, Krishna. And she said, Ma, oh, that completely melted her heart. That Krishna is so reciprocative. Krishna is so loving. Wow. And then Krishna said, oh, mother, you have to leave me, because if Yashoda Maya will see this, that I am sitting in anybody's lap, she'll become angry. So tell me, why have you come here? What's the purpose of you coming here? She said, actually, I want to, whatever I have, I just want to give you. Krishna said, but in your basket, there are so many fruits. I can't carry. Krishna said, so yeah, that fruit seller said, so whatever you can conveniently carry, that you can take. So Krishna took some 1 or 2 mangoes or bananas and some papayas, and then carried them inside. And then, because at that time there was a barter system, that means in exchange you had to give something. There was no currency money. So Krishna got from the bag of grains, few grains in his hands. Now Krishna has got tiny hands. So some of the grains, they slip from this side, that side, either. And this way, Krishna, like a toddler, walked to this fruit seller. And there were only 2, 3 grains, that's it. Said, oh, I could manage to bring only this much. Fruit seller said, yeah, that's okay. Whatever has come by your touch, done. That's okay. And then fruit seller, what did she do? As Krishna went inside, she took all the fruits together. And then she torn her sari, put all the fruits in that torn sari, tied them together, and then put that inside the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. So that Krishna, although Krishna could not carry so many fruits, but all of my fruits belongs to Krishna. Today, my fruit selling business has become successful. He called me Ma. He sat on my lap. He also exchanged with me. He gave me these 3 grains. Done. Done. That's it. And then she placed those 3 grains in the basket. And then she was just singing, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Lelo, Madhav Lelo, Damodar Lelo, Lelo, Lelo. And she was in great joy, shedding tears of love that today her life has become successful. She got to see Krishna face to face. Yes. And then she reached the boatman. She said, please take me across Mother Ganges, Mother Yamuna. And then she sat in the boat. As she crossed the river, Mother Yamuna, and she was there on the bank, she said, okay, now hand over my basket. So the boatman was about to lift it, and he was really had to put a lot of efforts to pull it up, but he was not able to pull it up. He said, what is there in this? With great efforts, he actually put that basket on the bank. And then this lady, she removed the cloth onto it. And there was such priceless jewels, sparkling, effulgent jewels. Entire basket was full of that. So if that happens to us, what will we do? An ordinary person will become very happy. Wow, man, made it. Yes, yes, yes. What a bargain. Yay. But she did not do that. She kept on weeping. She said, Krishna, you cheated me. You gave me these jewels. I never wanted them. I want your love. I want your service. I want to see you every day. I wish I had fruits, lots and lots of fruits. I wish I could come every day to you. But in exchange, you have given me this. I just want your love, Krishna. And lying there, she was just thinking of Krishna. Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. She took her last breath and she left her body. And she went to Golok Vrindavan in the eternal pastimes of Krishna. So from Bhom Vrindavan, she went to Golok Vrindavan. Because antakale chamaveva mamameva smarnamuktva kalevaram. So if somebody does that, what you are thinking at in the last moment, that decides your destination. So and in those last moments, she is not thinking of those jewels. Krishna, my real wealth is you. These jewels are not my real wealth. You are testing me that what do I really want? You or these jewels? Since these jewels have come from you, so I revere them. But my love would always be there for you, Krishna. And with those feelings of love, that fruit seller calling out Krishna's names again and again and yet again, she left her body and she went to the eternal pastimes of Krishna. But how this journey actually started, this attraction, it started by hearing about Krishna. As she entered Mathura, every time a devotee would say, have you given your fruits to Krishna? If not, then what's the use of having such fresh fruits? Listen about Krishna. Who is Krishna? And then some glorification of Krishna. Again, she would move ahead. Again, some Brajvasi would glorify Krishna from the core of their hearts. And next time also, her attraction would even go further, would advance further, would become more thickened, more deepened. And every time she is hearing about Krishna. So this verse also of Srimad Bhagavatam, it describes that if properly heard and chanted, what happens that all the contaminations are removed and the Lord gets situated in the heart by the power of that Hari Katha. So we have to hear about Krishna again and again. Usually we become attracted to someone whom we have already met. I met a beautiful woman, or a woman, a very handsome, good-looking guy. So then there is attraction. Oh, I saw that person, gorgeous, handsome, hunky, wow. But we have not seen Krishna. How can there be attraction for Krishna? There can be attraction for Krishna if we keep hearing about him again and again. And that too, but properly. As it is mentioned here, the word properly is very important. Properly heard and chanted. That's very important. So there are 4 kinds of positive hearers and 4 kinds of negative hearers. This comes in Padma Puran. What kind of are positive hearers and what kind of negative hearers are there? Yeah. So among the positive hearers are those who are like swan. You know swan? Swan, in the mix of the water and milk, drinks the milk and leaves the water. Similarly, a devotee who is a good listener, a good hearer, would take out that which is essential. That's a good hearer, a positive hearer. So just like Srila Prabhupada was once flying in an airplane, and there was one Charlie Chaplin movie, and Srila Prabhupada was looking into that Charlie Chaplin movie. And the devotee was thinking that Srila Prabhupada is enjoying movie, a Charlie Chaplin movie. How come? So he was a little bewildered that how come Srila Prabhupada is relishing a Charlie Chaplin movie. But then Srila Prabhupada, they switched off the movie and then he was smiling. Hey, Srila Prabhupada, what happened? How come you are smiling after watching Charlie Chaplin movie? Srila Prabhupada said, this mundane humor of this world, it charms people so much. And the humor of this world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual humor in the spiritual world. So how much would that be joyful? So even in a Charlie Chaplin movie, Srila Prabhupada is remembering the humor of Krishna's pastimes. And then Srila Prabhupada said, just like Krishna, he mischievously comes and he kisses Srimati Radharani. Once Srimati Radharani was plucking some flowers, and then Krishna, by putting his foot on that branch, he brought that branch below so that she can catch that branch and then pluck the flower or pluck the fruit. And then Krishna released his foot. So along with the branch, Srimati Radharani is also hanging. And Krishna, while saving Srimati Radharani, mischievously kissed Srimati Radharani. Krishna, oh, so mischievous. Krishna, oh, such a rascal. But even though he's a rascal, but his rascaldom is also worshipable, Srila Prabhupada said. That Krishna is naughty, but his naughtiness is also worshipable. So Srila Prabhupada is remembering that after watching Charlie Chaplin's movie. So that's one kind of positive hearer. Second is that of a Chataka bird. Chataka bird doesn't take water from any water reservoir, only from rains. That's it. So a positive hearer would only hear about Krishna. That's it. Nothing else. Any mundane talk, geopolitics, sports, cinema, Hollywood, Bollywood, Zollywood, Tollywood, not interested at all. They get up, they leave that place. We just want to hear about Krishna. Chataka. That's another quality of another kind of a positive hearer. Third is that of a parrot. Parrot, whatever listens, can repeat. Similarly, after hearing Krishna Katha, are we able to repeat? Often when we ask people, so how was the class? I missed the class. How was the class? Um, it was nice. It was a nice class. Very nice. It was very nice. But what was nice in it? Can you tell me what was nice? Well, the class, in the class, it was very nice. But what was nice, we can't recall. But ideally, if somebody has actually listened, should be able to repeat what was there in the class. Are you able to do that? We should do this actually. Usually it happens that when once the class is finished, okay, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, and then immediately, Mahaprasade Govinde. Did you contemplate on that? What was discussed in the class? Oh, the class is over now. Don't drag the class into Prasadam Hall. No, we have to do discussions. What was there in the class? This point was very inspirational. That point was so good. We should do that. What we don't do. Usually after the class, we just get up. Hey, hug each other. Hey, man, Hari Bol, Mahaprasade Govinde, Hari Bol. Prasad Pao Paramanande. That's it. So, parrot. A good listener is like a parrot. So, a good listener is able to repeat what one has heard in the class. That's one more quality. Third quality, the third kind of good listener is like that of fish. Fish never blinks the eyes. Even while sleeping, the fish has eyes opened. So a good listener will always listen with eyes opened. That means a good listener should not sleep in class. But often we see people have such good sleep. Oh, hoi, 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 hoi. Class is so relaxing. Om Agyan Tivirandasya, and then doze off. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Oh, class was so refreshing. Yeah. After 45 minutes of power nap, who would not feel refreshing? So, classes are not meant for sleeping. But we see that often people, they sleep. My God, such sound sleep. Sometimes they even snore in the class. We have to tell, Hari Bol, Prabhu, we know you are in Samadhi, but go in Samadhi quietly. Sleep. While chanting, sleep. Srila Prabhupada used to say, you sleep for 12 hours, but don't sleep in class. Don't sleep in class. There was one person, he complained to Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, I see that your devotees are sleeping in the class. So Srila Prabhupada reprimanded that person. That why are you finding fault in devotees that they are sleeping? Even if they are sleeping, still they have surrendered their lives to Krishna. You are not sleeping. What have you done? And this person was quiet. But as this person left, Srila Prabhupada talked to devotees. You should not sleep in class. You may sleep for 12 hours, but don't sleep in class. So a good listener is the one who does not sleep in class. That means you should take proper rest and come to the class. Not that in class you are dozing off, just like there is a dolphin. And this way, like a dolphin, is spend all the time in the class without properly listening. So, unblinking eyes. One should listen intently. Listen. Once Nidra Devi, she came to Lakshman. She said, Lakshman, you have not slept for 14 years. At least take a power nap. Lakshman said, no. Despite my presence, Lord Ram had to face exile. I can't take rest. I can't take rest. Please leave. Nidra Devi said, please kindly allow me to serve you. She said, oh, okay. So Lakshman said, okay, you want to serve me? You want to serve some devotee, right? You serve my wife, Urmila. She's also there in Ayodhya. She has not slept for 14 years. Go and serve Urmila. She said, okay. So she went to Urmila, Nidra Devi. She said, Urmila ji, Hare Krishna. Jai Siya Ram. I am Nidra Devi. So I got this letterhead from Lakshman ji, a recommendation that you will accept my services because he is not ready to accept my services. Urmila said, my husband has not slept in service of Sri Ram. How can I sleep? So this Urmila also did not sleep for 14 years. Wow. But Nidra Devi was thinking that, okay, but nobody is accepting my services. What should I do? So then she went to Lord Sri Ram. She said, Prabhu, nobody is accepting my services. What should I do? Lord Ram said, you are so anxious to serve my devotees. She said, yes, my Lord. So then Sri Ram said, okay, anytime when Hari Katha is happening and somebody becomes little inattentive, you serve that devotee. So as soon as in Hari Katha you become little inattentive, Nidra Devi enters and then. So this is a blessing given to Nidra Devi. Yeah. But we should try our level best not to sleep in the class. In case you are sleeping, we should just get up. It's okay. Better than to sleep in front of the speaker, you are dozing off again and again, is to stand up and go behind and then stand and listen to the class. That's fine. Usually what I do when I feel a little sleepy, I sit in Padmasana. It really helps me stay awake. Yes. Or I have some acupressure points where it pains, because in some acupressure points there would be some pain. So it is good for health, and then sleep goes away. So in this way, one can stay awake. Or one can pray to Lakshman. Lakshman ji, you have conquered sleep. You please bless me. At least you did not sleep for 14 hours. Let me stay awake for the next 14 minutes at least. Please, Lakshman ji, bless me. So this way you should seek blessings of Lakshman ji and Urmila ji who have conquered sleep. Yes. So these are 4 positive hearers of Harikatha. Okay. Are there some negative hearers? Yes. One is that like that of a wolf. Wolf, they make a lot of noise. Woo! Woo! Wolf, they make a lot of noise. So in the class, there are people who make noise. Yes. Like during the time of Srila Prabhupada, so one person got up. He said, Swamiji, have you seen God? Srila Prabhupada said, please sit down. Please sit down. Sit down. Again he got up. Swamiji, have you seen God? Srila Prabhupada said, please sit down. Please sit down. Again he got up after 5 minutes. He said, Swamiji, have you seen God? Srila Prabhupada said, I'm constantly seeing God, but when you get up, I stop seeing. So please sit down so that I continue to see. But there are such people. They make noise. So one should not be like a wolf who makes noise in the class. Second is like a burunda bird, which means non-petitioning listener. They listen, but they don't follow. But they recommend others. You follow. You follow, you follow, you follow, you follow. But I don't follow. But listening becomes completed when we act on what we are listening. So that's also very important. Yeah. And then like a bull sits here and there and everywhere. So that's why we should not go anywhere, listening from this Babaji, that Babaji. That Babaji बड़ा अच्छा बोलते हैं, वो वृंदावन के बाबाजी, उनको सुन लेते हैं बाबाजी. Though that Vrindavan Babaji speaks so well. That Fala Guruji is so very good orator. We should listen from Sajatiya Vaishnava. That means from our own family. Srila Prabhupada's devotees, Anugat devotees, we should listen from them. And then camel. Camel will not eat the mangoes, but not mango leaves, but the thorns. And while eating thorns, he says, wow, very tasty. It is his own blood which he is tasting. So instead of listening to Hari Katha, we listen to other subject matters. Sometimes politics, geopolitics. That gives us so much taste. So those who are poor listeners, they don't listen to Hari Katha, but something else. So this is the 4 kinds of negative listeners. First is like that of a wolf, Barunda bird, third bull, and fourth is like a camel. So we should be good listeners. We should be like a swan. We should be like a chataka bird. We should be like a parrot. We should be like a fish. Like that. Okay, I'll stop here now. Hare Krishna. If anybody has any question, maybe for 5-10 minutes, we can take few questions and then we will stop.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for your class, Prabhu. I have two questions to ask. First question is like, you said like Srimad Bhagavatam is full of glories of Krishna. So when we go and create the details, instead of like personally, I will share my experience. Instead of like glorifying Krishna, like Krishna, you're so great. The thing that comes to my mind is like my problems. I say to Krishna, Krishna, I have this problem, that problem, this problem, and I cannot stop my mind from asking Krishna about some help. Instead of glorifying Krishna, I'm just saying, Krishna, I please help me with that. Please help me with that. So how should I deal with that? And the second question is, last year I asked you to say that you'll be coming to Toronto, and you said you will, but it's
What?
been a
I
year.
come what?
Last
I come to
year I
Toronto.
asked, yes, and you said you will try your best and you will come, but it's been a year you haven't come.
Oh
Memory.
yeah.
We have a very good memory.
I betrayed you. So sorry. But yes, I'll try to come as soon as possible. This year I'm packed up, but I'm in touch with Vishakha Mataji, and hopefully in 2025, first half, maybe first quarter of the year, I'll come to Canada. So in Canada, Toronto, Vancouver, Alberta, Calgary, I'll come.
Ottawa.
ठीक है जी. So regarding for your first question, in case you are asking that Krishna help me this, in that, it is good that you are for help. You are not going to demigods. You are going to Krishna. That's very good. So that shows your dependency and faith in Krishna. But you know, when we are toddlers, then we are more in asking position. But when we grow up, then we don't ask, we serve. You know, just like when we are toddlers, when we ask parents, Mom, give me chocolate, give me a bicycle, give me this, give me that. But whom we are asking? From our parents, not from the neighbors, but from our own parents. But when we grow, then we don't ask. And we say, Krishna, and we say, oh, my lovely parents, how can I serve you? Dad, you have come from office, shall I massage you? Mom, shall I cut vegetables for you so that it is helpful to you in kitchen? So when we grow, then we serve. And we are toddlers, then we ask. But from whom? From our parents. Similarly, we ask from Krishna. Not from demigods, not from Babaji and this and that, but from Krishna. Krishna, if you so desire, can you give me that? Krishna, if that is good for my bhakti, can you give me that? That's very good. So Krishna, he knows what to be given, how much to be given, meant to be given, whom to be given. Krishna knows that. So it's okay if you ask from Krishna. That means you have faith in Krishna. And you think that Krishna, that you belong to Krishna. That's why you are asking from Krishna. So it's okay. To demigods, we have respect. But anything if I want to ask, I'll ask from Krishna. Because Krishna will give me in such a way, even to fulfill my material desires, Krishna will give me in such a way that I will not have any material desires. Krishna is very expert. Yeah. So that's why we should ask from Krishna. That's okay. Or when you grow up, then you'll not ask. Then you'll say, Krishna, how can I serve you? How can I serve you? Yeah, that's okay. Fine.
Okay, Hirva Prabhu, do you want to? Okay.
Vishakha Mataji, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for this amazing lecture. Like it was so overwhelming today. So my question is, can women remain brahmachari for their entire life? And if not, then why is Grahastha ashram preferred for women? Also, Prabhuji, what qualities should one look for while marrying? And how much is astrological chart or kundli true and reliable? And also, does caste play a significant role? And how to have a great Krishna conscious marriage? Thank you so
Wow.
much.
Like one lecture. So, firstly,
Yes.
regarding can ladies be brahmacharis? Well, some very rare cases are there when ladies they transcended their bodily platform and then they actually became brahmacharis and they were brahmacharinis. So it's possible, but very few are able to do that. Usually, for ladies, it is recommended that they should enter household life. Biologically, it's good for them. Like you see now, many of the problems are even gynecological problems are happening because girls are marrying little late, and doctor recommends them. In case you have a child, all of these gyne problem, the cyst formation, the PCOD, PCOS, fibroid, and this and that, all of this would be taken care of if you give birth to a child. Because when the lady gives birth to a child, then cleansing happens. So that is also from gynae perspective, it is good for them that they bear a child, getting married and bearing a child. Emotionally, she becomes more mature. You know, when a girl is there with parents, she's like a princess. But she has to grow up. She has to become more mature. She becomes more sacrificing when she becomes mother. You know, when child passes urine and then bed is wet, so she sleeps in the wet part, makes the child sleep in the dry part. That's sacrifice. And this way, she grows emotionally even further. So that's why becoming a mother makes her grow emotionally even further. In terms of psychologically also, like she becomes more forgiving, she becomes more adjusting. You know, those girls who are there only with parents are adjusting. She lives like a princess. But when
Yeah.
we get married, then we adjust. You know, of course, husband should also adjust, not that she's only adjusting. Husband should also be adjusting, and then she should also facilitating. And in fact, it's a duty of husband to fulfill all the desires of wife. So when he does this, and wife can be very happy with the husband, like that. Little bit conflict, that would always be there in household life. Because just like when there is mice, so when there is mouse, so there is mice. So when there is spouse, so some spice would be there. So a little bit of spice is okay, you know. But yes, one should not take those conflicts very seriously. You know, when we are in anger, husband says something or wife says something, go to hell. You know, the worst day of my life was the day I got married to you. One should not take those words very seriously. In anger, people say anything. It's okay. So a little bit of conflict, one should not take it seriously. At night time, say sorry, sorry, apology, and with good mood, take a rest. That's okay. Like that. So in this way, so ladies should get married to a nice boy. And what we should look into a boy who has got good heart. He may not be very good looking. You know, usually girls will go for a good looking boy, handsome, you know, he's earning well. It's not the money or handsomeness which will ultimately keep you happy. It's a good hearted soul who will keep you happy. So when minds are connected, then bodies also get connected. Otherwise, it becomes struggle to even connect to a very handsome, good looking boy. Why? Because our minds are not matching. Our minds are not connecting with each other. So that's why anyone who's a good hearted soul may not be earning much. Quite possible he may not feed you pizzas and pastas, but give you simple chapati. But you'll be happy in those chapatis. So a good hearted soul. So some question answer you can design, you know, by which you can actually diagnose that yes, this person is good or not. Yeah. Also, one should be careful of the narcissist, because narcissists on the face value, they are very pleasing people, very charming people. And they would show that they are so much desperate for you. But one should be very conscious of narcissist. Narcissists they are actually demons in human body. So they can make your life hell. So be very conscious of narcissist. Those who are self-lovers, they are exploitators actually. So be very conscious of the narcissist, and ultimately go for a good devotee who has got a good heart. That's it. May not even be very spiritually very advanced. May not be earning well. May not be very good looking. May have belly. May have not so clear skin. Have some pimples. It's okay. So don't go for physical appearance. Like in Hindi, there is a song, Dil ko dekho, chehra na dekho. Chehron ne लाखों को लूटा. Dil सच्चा, ना झूठा. So don't go for face value. Yeah. Go for the heart. That's very important. And what other questions were there regarding married life?
Yes, Prabhuji. So regarding the astrological chart, the
Astrological.
caste, only,
Okay.
yeah.
In
How
terms
much
of
of
caste,
that is true? Yeah.
in terms of caste, I would say, in terms of culture, the person should not be very distant. Like, for example, an Indian girl getting married to an Italian boy. So to fill in the gap is, because the gap is too big to be filled in. But in case, a Gujarati girl gets married to a UP boy, or even a Kashmiri girl gets married to a Kannada boy, culturally there is a gap, but not much of a gap actually. Also, Ukrainian girl gets married to a Russian guy. Culturally, they're quite similar, quite close to each other. But it should not be so distant that to fill in the gap becomes a challenge. In case both of them are very flexible, then that's another thing. But usually it does not happen. That's flexibility in nature to such an extent that does not happen. Oh, thank you. Yes. So that's why. So culturally, there should not be much of distance. Otherwise, one can get married. You know, a UP girl getting married to a maybe Odia boy. चल जाता है, इतना this much is okay. That's fine. Regarding astrological chart, actually astrologically we should see that that what actually will ignite my partner, what will agitate my partner, what will disturb my partner, what are his trigger points. That I should be careful of. Not that I'll use astrological chart to find out the best husband. No, whatever is in your prarabdha, you will get for sure. But I should use astrological chart to see what all are the trigger points of my life partner, and I should not touch those trigger points to agitate or disturb the other person. So in this way, astrological chart can be used. Like for children also, we use astrological chart to see the nature of the child, so that accordingly I can have nice upbringing of the child.
Yeah.
That is astrological chart can be referred.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Prabhuji. Yes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna. Next is Siddharth Chaube. Prabhu,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
to you, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, thank you so much. First, I wanted to thank you, Prabhuji. Your preaching has changed me and my brother's life completely. We've taken up to Krishna consciousness just because of your Mahabharata, Ramayana lectures, Prabhuji. So, Dandavat Pranam. We're very excited for you to come to Toronto so we can serve you, Prabhu. Prabhuji, I have one question. Based on the Jeev, where was the Jeev before coming to this world? Were we with Krishna and then we were envious of him and then we came, or were we always in Maya? And then now we have the chance to go and leave and go to Krishna.
Thank you for asking non-controversial question.
Well, sorry, Prabhu. If it's controversial, I'm sorry, Prabhuji.
Yeah. As per Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and as per Srila Jiva Goswami, and as per Srila Prabhupada also, we have not been in spiritual world with Krishna. Nobody in spiritual world with Krishna has even the sense that I should go to material world. Krishna, give me a few gopis. If he'll not give me any gopis, I'll find one in Toronto. And then Krishna says, I'll not give any gopi to you. You envious rascal. And then then you were thrown out of Golok Vrindavan, and then you fell. Whoa! And then I took birth in Toronto, finding my gopi here. Is that so? It would be very hilarious that all of this happened. No. So not that we have been to spiritual world in our Swarupa, Krishna Prem. Krishna Prem cannot be covered by Maya. If Maya can cover Krishna Prem, that means Maya is more powerful than Krishna Prem. Is that possible?
Right. No.
Maya is not powerful than Krishna Prem. Krishna Prem is even more powerful than Krishna. How can Maya be even more powerful than Krishna Prem? So Krishna Prem is more. So there is no question of Maya or misuse of choice. In spiritual world, there is a choice. There is free will. But we use that free will to serve Krishna in this way, that way, this way and that way. Not that we choose to serve Krishna or not to serve Krishna. No, we are serving Krishna. There's not even a tinge of material desire. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
But Srila Prabhupada, he says this, that we have to go back, come back to Godhead. Why is that why he uses these terms? So as to firstly simplify the philosophy and bring the sense of belongingness to Krishna, that we belong to him. We belong to his family. We have come to foreign nature. We belong to that nature. So to highlight that, that's why he would say sometimes that we have come from spiritual world. So we have come from spiritual world actually. We have come from spiritual world in the sense that we have come from Vaikuntha of Mahavishnu, where there is the Tata, and in that ways we are eternally conditioned. Without Guru, nobody can go back to Godhead. So that's why we come from Tatastha Shakti, but we come to material world because there is no spiritual potency with us of Guru and all that. So that's why we come to material world, but Krishna provides all facilities so that we can go back to Godhead.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. The most clear answer I've gotten so far. Thank you, Prabhuji. I aspire to be your servant lifetime after lifetime, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Arpan has a question, Prabhu.
Sure, Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful lecture. So, as Prabhu, you mentioned, we should be like Chatak while reading, not like bull. But also in Srimad Bhagavatam, we were reading in 4.21.34 last time. So there was mentioned like Krishna can never be contaminated by anything materialistic. And we say Bhagavatam is also like Krishna. So if we like, for example, the bull example you were saying, listening from other Bhagavatis, how can that contaminate like our hearing?
See, firstly, many people they do not know which Babaji is telling what philosophy. I'll not take any name because when I take the names, then it becomes controversial. So, but yes, some of the Babajis are quite famous from Vrindavan, but they speak Mayavad philosophy. They say that you are Narayan. Underneath, we all are God. And he says, Krishno Ham, that we are Krishna. Is completely Mayavad. So for a newcomer, it becomes very confusing, actually, then. So that's why we should not listen from these Babajis. Although among Babajis, there are few good Babajis also, but they are very few. But one can also go to them in case there is a dearth of speakers or Harikatha Vachakas in ISKCON. We have such powerful Mahabhagavatas in ISKCON. Why should we go outside? We should not. So Shri Rupa Goswami says we should listen from Sajatiya Vaishnav, that means who belongs to our caste. Our caste is that we are ISKCON devotees under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. That's our Jat. Susnigdha, that means we should associate with the affectionate devotee. That's the second quality. And third, Mahattar Sadhu Sang. That means person should be spiritually advanced. So spiritually advanced, affectionate, Sajatiya Vaishnav is whom we should associate with. Yeah. Because for a newcomer, everything is very bright. Everything is very nice. So we are not able to discriminate what is right, what is wrong. What is Siddhanta, what is Up-Siddhanta. We do not know. So better that we should stick to Srila Prabhupada. And that is best for us. Yeah.
Prabhu, Gaurav Prabhu has one question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My question was around, it's about seeing the positivity, but when do we know that we need to now start seeing the negativity too? Like to keep the balance within if we are interacting with someone, like if the person is being too negative versus too positive, how do we judge that meter or balance around it?
You see positive negativity in whom?
Um, like if we are speaking with a person and then we see the positive sides, but then we see the negative sides too.
Yeah.
So how do we decide that, let's just only see the positivity or well, the negativities are getting too much?
You can dwell into negative aspect as well, provided either you are the authority to change the person or you have the relationship to change the person. Either of these two qualities should be there, either authority or relationship. At least one of them or both of them are there, that is best. But in case neither I have the authority nor I have any relationship, so by dwelling onto the negative qualities, I would only bring those negative qualities in me. Like for example, parents look into negative qualities of the children because they have relationship as well as they have authority. That you should not do this, you do that. Or say a temple president has the authority to see what is negative in a certain devotee and take proper action. Authority. Or your friend has got a relationship with you, can also see something negative in you and tell, hey Prabhu, don't do that, that's not good for you. So for reformation, one can look into negative quality provided one has authority or relationship or both of them. But in case I have neither, then dwell deliberately only onto positive qualities. Because what you seek seeks you. If you seek negative qualities will seek you. If you seek positive qualities, they will also seek you. So what you seek seeks you back. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Due to time constraint, we'll just take one last question from Yasmin Prabhu.
Hey.
You can come here. You can come.
Hi, Krishna. Thank you for taking the time.
Hare
I was
Krishna.
wondering, what is the best way to recognize a narcissist?
What is the best way to?
Recognize a narcissist, because you said that's the people we want to deal with.
How to recognize a narcissistic person? The
Mhm.
self-lovers. Okay, ask them questions which are relating to in terms of, like, say for example, about beggars. You ask them about beggars. What do they feel about beggars? We can also ask them some situations and where sacrifice is the solution. So are they able to do sacrifice or not? Like that. So that's why in this way we can find out And for that, of course, those who are psychiatrists, they can give you more detailed answer. How to find out a person who is narcissist. Actually, narcissist people, they are very easy to they blame others, and they forgive themselves very easily, but they don't forgive others so easily. In terms of using harsh words, it's not very difficult for them, because by doing so, they get joy. They get joy. So that's why these are some of the symptoms. Of course, if you meet some psychiatrists, they can give you even more detailed analysis of the narcissistic personalities. Or any girl who has faced a narcissist, she can tell, "Are Mataji, it is better to be alone than to be with a narcissist." Narcissist people, they are demons in a human body. So in case some girl or boy is having a heavy duty bad karma, will get a life partner who is a narcissist. And that narcissist person would be the fruit of the bad karma of that person. Narcissist. Self-lovers, abusers, loud, screaming, foul words, insulting. That's how they are, actually. Yeah. So I do not know much about them. Somehow Krishna blessed me with very good friends in my life, and none of them are narcissists. But I met some of the personalities, some of the ladies in our congregation. They got married to a narcissist. My own sister got married to a narcissist. Now she's divorced. She is recovering from those wounds. But yes, I came to know about this personality known as narcissist. So, and she told me something about narcissism. I thought, oh my God, how can somebody be so abusive? Ladies, they are very soft. How can somebody physically abuse them? But narcissists, they don't hesitate to even do physical abuse with ladies. So that's the worst thing. So somebody who is a victim of narcissistic personality, they can give more detailed analysis of narcissistic personality. But yes, but ladies should be very, very careful not to get married to a narcissist boy. Oh, self-lovers, crazy people, actually. They will make you even more crazy. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Amogha Lila Prabhu, for your wonderful explanations. You couldn't hear our laughter, but I think at every statement that you made, everyone was enjoying, especially the last one. But so anyway, thank you so much. There are so many questions that people have messaged me personally to ask you, and there are many questions in the room as well. Unfortunately, we don't have much time, but this is a clear signal to you from Krishna that you have to come to Toronto.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, your voice is not audible, sorry.
So my voice is not coming, is it? Yes, I'll be coming. Your order on my head.
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, Prabhu. Yeah, now we can hear you. Can you repeat that?
I said that, yes, your order is on my head.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Shagamati. Thank you,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna. Thank
Thank you
you.
for listening. Thank you, everyone. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Thank you,
Be
Prabhu.
blessed.
Wonderful.
Krishna, Prabhuji, thank